Sony has officially unveiled the brand new A7R Mark VI, and honestly, nobody saw this coming. At first glance, it looks like another high-resolution upgrade aimed at photographers who obsess over detail, but once you start digging deeper, it becomes clear this camera is something completely different. Sony didn't just improve the old formula, they completely reinvented it, turning the A7R lineup into what feels like a compact version of their flagship A1 series. Before we dive into everything this camera can do, I want to hear from you. Are you excited about Sony pushing the A7R line into flagship territory? Or do you think they're overcomplicating what used to be a pure photography camera? Leave a comment below because this launch is already dividing longtime Sony users. Over the past few days, I've been testing this camera in real-world conditions, from busy city streets and fast-moving subjects to challenging low-light scenes at night, and I have to say, the experience has been fascinating. On paper, the specs almost sound unreal. A massive 66.8 megapixel sensor combined with blackout-free 30 frames per second shooting. It sounds like the perfect hybrid machine, but once you look past the marketing, there are a few decisions Sony made that might make some photographers think twice before upgrading. The biggest headline here is obviously the new sensor. Sony pushed the resolution beyond expectations, especially after earlier rumors suggested they might stick with the older 61 megapixel design. Instead, they delivered something that genuinely competes with medium format territory. The level of detail this camera captures is honestly incredible. I tested its shooting architecture from long distances, and even after aggressively cropping into frame, the images still look sharp enough for huge prints. You can zoom deep into the files and still recover an insane amount of detail without the image falling apart. But what really changes the game is the processor powering all of this. Sony paired the sensor with a next-generation processing system that completely transforms how this camera behaves in the field. Despite pushing enormous file sizes, the camera shoots at 30 frames per second with absolutely no blackout in the viewfinder. That combination alone feels almost impossible until you experience it yourself. I tested it tracking buses flying through intersections, birds darting across the sky, and fast-paced street scenes, and the autofocus system barely missed a beat. Sony basically brought the intelligence and subject tracking from their professional sports cameras into a high-resolution body. Whether you're tracking people, animals, vehicles, or birds in motion, the camera locks on instantly and stays glued to the subject. They even included a pre-capture feature that quietly records moments before you fully press the shutter, meaning the camera can save the shot before you even react. For wildlife photographers or anyone shooting unpredictable action, that's a massive advantage. But now we need to talk about the one decision that's probably going to frustrate a lot of loyal Sony users. Sony introduced a completely redesigned battery system for this camera. To be fair, the improvements are impressive. Charging is significantly faster, battery life is better during extended shoots, and overall efficiency has clearly improved. But here's the problem. None of your older Sony batteries work with it. If you already own multiple Sony bodies and a collection of spare batteries, you're basically forced into buying an entirely new ecosystem. That's not a small inconvenience, especially for professionals who rely on backup gear every day. So now I'm curious. Would you accept losing backward compatibility for better performance and faster charging, or is that a deal breaker? Let me know in the comments, because this is easily one of the most controversial parts of the camera. Physically, Sony also refined the body in ways that feel subtle at first, but make a huge difference during long shoots. The grip is deeper and more secure, especially when using heavier lenses, and the controls feel more polished overall. One surprisingly smart addition is the redesigned texture around the mode dial, making it easier to identify settings purely by touch while keeping your eye on the viewfinder. Speaking of the viewfinder, it's noticeably brighter and sharper than before, making composition feel more immersive and natural. Sony also tightened up the camera body itself, eliminating small rattles and metallic noises that used to annoy creators trying to record clean audio. For years, the A7R line was considered primarily a stills camera with video capabilities added as an afterthought, but that clearly isn't the case anymore. Sony has blurred the line between photo and cinema cameras with this release. The A7R Mark VI now shoots stunning 4K at 120 frames per second and delivers detailed 8K video at 30 frames per second. Dual USB-C ports also make it far easier for creators to stream or transfer footage directly without extra accessories cluttering their setup. Sony even added a collection of built-in creative looks designed to creators who want cinematic color straight out of camera without spending hours color grading later. During evening shoots around the city, I tested several of these profiles while capturing transition into blue hour, and the way the camera rendered deep blues, glowing streetlights, and vibrant greens looked incredibly polished straight from the JPGs. Another feature that sounds minor but quickly becomes addictive is the fully adaptive interface rotation. When you turn the camera vertically for portrait shots, the entire menu system and display rotate with you, making the shooting experience feel much more intuitive. Then there's the low-light performance, which is honestly one of the biggest surprises here. Sony claims up to 16 stops of dynamic range, and after testing a handheld at night with ridiculously slow shutter speeds, I can see why people are excited. I pushed the ISO high, slowed the shutter dramatically, and shot entirely handheld while walking through nighttime city scenes. Somehow, the stabilization system kept everything astonishingly smooth. Moving cars turned into beautiful streaks of motion blur, while buildings and static subjects stayed razor sharp. Even the shadow recovery is incredibly clean. You can lift details from extremely dark areas without introducing the ugly noise that usually destroys high-resolution files. Sony also borrowed the advanced multi-angle flip screen design from their cinema lineup, allowing you to pull the display outward and angle it low to the ground for creative shots without awkward positioning. When you step back and look at the complete package, it's obvious Sony took the best features from nearly every corner of their lineup and merged them into a single camera body. The result feels less like a traditional A7R update and more like a true flagship hybrid camera designed to handle almost everything. Of course, all of that performance comes with a serious price tag, and this is absolutely not a casual purchase. But for creators who want ultra-high resolution, elite autofocus, professional video features, and flagship-level speed all in one body, the A7R Mark VI might actually justify the investment. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.